Alright everyone, when I looked at the news this morning, of course I have to do a news crawl in order to actually report on things in my generally unbiased manner. Of course I can suspend the politics that I wear on my sleeve in order to analyze polls and shit like that. Saw a story, and it's only on Fox of course, about how Kamala's husband, he had cheated on his first wife. That led to a divorce in 2009, Emhoff there, and then he gets together with Kamala. And I was thinking to myself, who fucking gives a shit? I like attacking Kamala Harris on policy, because she's got none. Apparently she's basically hiding at the moment. She's pretending that Donald Trump is afraid to debate her, but really she's trying to be a complete absentee like she was as VP, because the more people know about her, the more they fucking hate her. But I don't really care about what her husband did prior to his marriage with her. I mean, who cares? It doesn't make any difference. He's not running for office. This is the kind of story that pisses me off. And it generally comes from right-wing media. Of course, the left-wingers, they understand the truth of reality, that a significant proportion of people that are in a marriage or a long-term relationship cheat on their significant others. It just happens. The right-wingers do it too. Look at John Edwards, for example. He was a candidate, I think it was 2004, if I remember correctly, those GOP primaries. And he sort of cast himself off as the evangelical kid. Well, I'm the one that's, slicked back. He looked like a televangelist, Democrat, actually. But he cast himself off as vaguely conservative at times. More traditionalistic. I'm a family man, basically. All these others, fucking heathens. What did he do? He had an affair on his wife when she was stricken dying with cancer. I can't remember whether they divorced or not. I think they did. This happens over and over again. People can pretend to be moralistic. Oh, I would never do that. Many of you will. That's just the way that it works. More than half of marriages end in divorce. That's just the way that it is. It's the reality. I don't give a fuck if Kamala's husband fucked around behind his wife's back with Kamala or anyone else. He's not a public figure. He's a cuck, basically. If she gets elected, he's the first man. Man, what a humiliating title that will be for him, by the way. It'll be absolutely hilarious. So you know who wears the pants in that family, by the way. He ain't calling any goddamn shots. Looks like the sort of person to be cucked as well. This is a non-scandal. Nobody cares. Who gives a fuck? Again, he's not running for office at all. It's his wife that's running for office. Kamala. She fucked her way to the top too. We should be talking about that tacitly. Hey, you want to become president of the United States. But basically you opened your legs for multiple people and let them stick cigars in you in order to advance your career. Or other meaningful things like, hey, when you were a prosecutor, now you pretend that you're anti-drug war, but as a prosecutor, you're putting people in literal prison, not just, county jail, but prison, for extended periods for mere weed possession. Now the administration has pushed for the rescheduling of marijuana. How do you reconcile these two views? Did you have a road to Damascus moment or something like that? Or, hey, Kamala, when you're confronted by terrible news that the average person would not laugh at, like, 20 kids just got shot in the mall, 100 kids just got burned to death in an orphanage in Yemen because of a drone strike. Why do you laugh at these things? And of course she'll cackle during her response, and that would be really bad for her. I don't give a fucking shit about Kamala Harris' husband. I don't know anything about him but what the news reports, and then only because I have no choice but to do news crawls as part of my job. I'm not Googling her husband. He's not running for office. Lay off the man. Okay, he had an indiscretion 10, 15 years ago. What does that have to do with his relationship to Kamala? What does it have to do with her public policies? She's the one running for office. What does it have to do with her psychopathy? Nothing. I guess he probably told her about it. He's like, yeah, I'm kind of married. He. Well, that's okay. It's not like this is my first trip around the moon. I want to see more about Kamala because she's the one actually running for office. I don't want to see jack shit about Emhoff. I don't give a fuck about him. He is a non-entity politically. How much influence in a relationship like theirs Kamala's clearly a narcissist and a psychopath. She loves power. Way too much, by the way. What degree of influence do you believe that her husband is going to have over her? So they settle into the White House bedroom. They settle into the bed in the Lincoln bedroom. And they're laying next to each other. And, they burn the midnight oil for an hour or something before they finally nod off, probably in an alcohol-induced daze. Do you really believe that he's going to say, hey, that bill coming up, I've got some thoughts about that, and you should take them seriously because I'm your husband? Bullshit. That's not the way that relationship works in any way, shape, or form. He's effectively a trophy husband, and nothing more. And he's a cuck. He's an easily controllable, hey, you're a stand-in and I'm still probably fucking around husband. Kamala has probably had multiple affairs while married to him as well. And he probably does the same thing. They're a power couple like the Clintons. Hillary Clinton was not loyal to Bill Clinton. I guarantee that she fucked around with at least multiple other people at some time during their marriage. Early on when they were hippy-trippy, they probably did it openly. He clearly fucked other women on multiple occasions, but they still love each other. No, they're just a power couple. Their ultimate love, sex and love, for some people, they're apart from one another. Sex is a physical sensation. Well, I find you attractive, I want to put my dick in you. I find you attractive, I want your dick in me. Love is more of a business arrangement for them. You can call this mentally ill or whatever you want, but you've seen this dynamic before. Richard Nixon and his wife, there were tales. I learned this when I was in college in advanced political science, which I took. A very good course. Raging liberal professor, so I made like a pro-Bernie Sanders screed. I got an A on that, actually. He's like, oh, you could work for Bernie Sanders, and I figured that was a wise idea, and in college sometimes that's the right thing to do, by the way. Just humor your professors. Get to know them a little bit. You'll get better grades. Just trust me. If they like you, they will be a little bit more gregarious with the letters that they give you on your next exam. I decided to give you 10 bonus points. This question, I know that you got an F technically, but I'm giving you a C minus because that answer was really, really on the up and up. You're really going places. You're great. Basically what happens. You do the same thing too if you're a professor. The kid that you fucking hate, you're going to grade a little bit less gregariously than the kid that you like. Anyways, I digress. If you think that groups like the Harris family, the Clinton family, hell, even the Trump family, if you think that people that are that much into power don't constantly fuck around, I'm sure Melania has had other people on the side too. It's almost certain, unless she's fucking asexual, it's very likely that she's done this. These people cheat all the time, even more than the general public, and that's more than half of the general public. Show me, I mean, the only person I can think of who probably has never done it is like Ron Paul or something like that, maybe Massey, or maybe Rand. You know, they're like the family man, like actual conservative, moralistic people. Now, you're not going to get that from a Clinton or a Bush. Well, in Bush's case, actually, ironically, he might have been one of the few recent presidents who didn't cheat on their spouse. Hell, maybe Ronald Reagan got some on the side. He was a lunk on the beach. He was a fucking lifeguard. You think that he didn't have a sex drive? That these people don't have, some vigor in them? Yeah, I mean, the average politician's like 80,000 years old at this point, but, you take that little blue pill and you can still get it going. It's just the way that it works. I don't give a shit if Kamala Harris's husband cheated on his first wife. Who cares? That's about all. Peace out.